Okay. All right. All right. Grooving, soothing to the ear. Where were you in 1974?
Before I was born.
No, that was about you were about 12 years old. I was under the teacher's dress, looking at her dress, Miss Maroon. And I looked into her dress and I say, wow, it's a nice, rosy, scented smell and aroma. I said, you sure take care of yourself down there. She said, off to the principal's office. I said, that's not how you treat an admirer that's giving a smell to your undergarments.
You'll never
What's her
find
name? You'll never find.
Yes.
You'll never find it. No.
Another love like mine.
Yes.
You can flow through my garments all day. You'll never know my secrets.
Take off that brassiere, my dear.
And then the panties are just there to put around our heads and to feel the aroma and to say, stick 'em up. You've been a naughty, naughty girl. You need to say 10 times on the blackboard, oh, my favorite pupil, you will always be able to smell my undergarments.
Like a lampshade.
That sounds pretty.
Yeah.
You know what you should do, George? You should hang out at the laundromat. Because you'd probably never leave.
All right. Now, we are really too fucking close right now. I'm telling you.
You make it sound like
we're
we
really
are,
too
but we're
fucking
not.
close on this damn couch here.
We're barely a...
Yeah, well, this gets. I want to get
away.
some room. Get some elbow room. Elbow room.
Yeah,
All right.
you're-
So anyway,
You're taking up half the screen, so I don't know what your problem is.
well, you don't. No, Kevin.
Juan and I are like vying for half the screen.
Kevin.
We're fighting
Kevin.
for territory here.
Yeah, the territory you're fighting for is
It's risk.
No, it's right there. You can be seen. Just get a little bit more elbow room there. We're good. All right. So this is okay. Well, I don't know. Now I got to smell your armpits. But anyway, this is the Gorgeous George Show. Welcome. It's 2024. We are the Gorgeous George Show. Wherever we roam, wherever we go, we present a show for the masses that just can't get enough of the man that's been on TV for almost 30 freaking years. And ain't by no happenstance, the man that's been on for 30 freaking years deserves an award for the role that he plays. And that award that he plays is himself.
You win a Cheeto.
Again.
That's a good looking Cheeto.
Okay. And the award that he plays is the role of himself. Isn't that what? No, get that out of this. Anyway, so Kevin, how's your life doing? Did I say your hemorrhoids? How's your life?
Oh, I'm doing hemorrhoids. I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm always doing good.
And what?
I wake up in the morning. I'm happy. It's sunny outside.
Okay.
I love this global warming.
It's sunny always in Cleveland. Right?
Albert Gore be damned.
It's sunny always in Cleveland. Is that correct?
Oh, I love that show. Don't
Yeah.
you like it?
Oh, of course.
This is Danny DeVito.
I find that show kind of eerie.
It is.
Really? Okay.
I tell you something. The older I get, the more I feel like Danny DeVito, the crazy uncle with all those young kids partying along and having sex and staying up all night. That's me.
Right. So, and what? How are your memoirs going? How's your spread in your memoirs of your life? Any things that you want to conquer? Any blouses that you want to get under? I mean,
all of them.
Just two.
Just two?
Yeah.
Well, let the audience know what blouses you want to get under, so they could probably maybe.
Well, I already have their numbers, so.
Okay. Well, but you want to get under them, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So are you working? Are you working on that goal or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I hang out with you.
Well, that's
a lovely studio.
Yeah. So we take the time to go the extra effort, and we do it. accept no substitute. I mean, there are people out there that are fakes, and they're fake people. They know only one. There's only one Mona Lisa, and only one Leaning Tower of Pisa, baby. And don't you know, there's only one Gorgeous George.
One George.
Accept no substitute. Only one Gorgeous+George show. As long as you all know that, then you'll all be good. Be good to know.
Thanks for having me.
Oh,
God.
What? Okay. What's that now?
Did you say accept or accept?
I said whatever the fuck I wanted to say.
Thank you for inviting me to your Playboy party.
Except no substitute.
Thanks for inviting me to your Playboy party.
Well,
when the girls getting here?
Well,
I've been waiting.
You know what?
I've been waiting for 3 hours.
We're going to be
so much cream in this soda.
We're going to be waiting
more
for
cream
that.
in the soda.
We're going to be waiting for that here soon, and we're going to be getting that. That is going to be happening here pretty soon. Now, I want to let you all know that we are in 2024. Now, did you all know it's 2024, and we have an election coming up here? And don't you know it's going to be the same two people that ran in 2020. And
Trump?
I have my own perception and my own take, and I'm just gonna we'll get into that in 1 second. But what I can't believe is the fact
I don't hear him.
I can't believe that there's a fact that the same two people are running. Well, I mean, I know that for Biden, but I never thought in a gazillion years that Trump would be running again. I thought if Trump would be running again, I thought more than likely that he'd be probably in the probably in the Koos Cloud. You know,
the Who's Gal,
or the Steel Bar or the Steel Bar Motel.
The Steel Bar Motel, yeah, you got that.
Yeah,
right.
Are you talking about Melania or?
I'm talking about Donald.
Melania.
I'm talking about the Donald. So I'm going to reserve comment, and Kevin will start. Kevin, we'll start with you about that. What's your take upon the fact that he's actually going to be the Republican nominee?
You can't. The sucker born every minute. I'm not kidding you. I mean, the idea that after all that's happened, and he actually, forget about it. While he was president, since he's been president, he said he's going to be a dictator for one day. I think that one day he's going to stretch out to 4 years. And the people who elect him deserve what they get, and he will be. And I say this all the time: every society gets the president they deserve, the leader they deserve, and I'm afraid that if this is who we are, if this is who we want, then gosh, the American people can go take a shit.
What? What's your take? I know your take's a little bit different, but
I'm
go ahead.
upset with Trump. You know, he said he was going to get Mexico to pay to build a wall to keep all the Mexicans in.
Okay.
And apparently Mexico didn't want Mexicans.
Actually, the Canadians are going to build a wall to keep us in.
Right. And we can all be with Trump. Yay.
I find it very.
He'll be the front runner no matter what.
He's going to be the Republican nominee. Nikki Haley's lost. I really believe that Chris Christie would have probably been a good candidate.
Yeah.
Chris Christie would have been a good candidate.
What about that
and
Indian
probably
guy?
would have been
He's pretty
somebody that I might entertain.
Oh, I know. Rob Asami, whatever his name is. Yeah, that guy's. They're all better than Trump. And also, but all those people, including DeSantis, and including Nikki Haley, including Senator Scott from North Carolina, they're all eating out of his hand, hoping to be his vice presidential running mate.
Well, I just can't. So going back, just looking at it for what it is, what happened to wasn't Mike Pence was supposed to run? I thought that Mike Pence was supposed to run. He ran?
It's let's face it. And these guys run, and you think they have a chance, or their people tell them they have a chance, and then just the financial juggernaut.
That if the Republican moderates would have, could have fit the bill, knowing that enough common sense educated Republicans. Educated Republicans.
A Republican moderate. What's that? Do you have a dictionary?
Well, you think
would have been obviously been
exist?
able to understand that Chris Christie.
You find that in Disneyland?
Chris Christie would have been
fake
the person that they would have chosen who would have been able to beat Trump. But here Trump has been indicted on how many accounts now?
91.
So Trump has been indicted, 91 counts. There's more fireworks coming up here next month. And yet, no Cusco, no Gray Bar Motel.
Not yet.
And he's going to be running as the candidate for president.
I have a
92,
feel.
he didn't build the wall with Mexico's pesos.
Well, he didn't finish it. And it wasn't going to finish it.
I have a
Yeah,
feeling
but that's
Yeah.
shopping.
you won't see the first bit
But-
in jail. But nevertheless, to be honest with you, I'm not really happy about any former president being in jail. However, but we're not those Latin American dictatorships with the guys with the medals on their chest as much as the Trump, as much as the Trump MAGA crowd would love a that type of leader. I mean, but they wears that it was a crown and a medals on his chest and everything. They would love that, but that's not what America's all about. America is a diverse country, and I thought we learned our lesson those 4 years, those 4 very hard, long years, and now they want to do it again.
Yeah, what I wanted to get on here is that I think we look at Joe Biden and we look at the fact that a lot of these people over-exaggerate about his health conditions. They over-exaggerate about his competency and his lack of competency, and over-exaggerate his health issues. The man is 81 years old. I think the man is doing pretty damn good.
Of course.
For a man that's 81 years old, I think he has his faculties together. I think he's doing pretty damn good.
He looks good for an 81-year-old.
He's doing pretty damn good, and I think that he will get a second term. And I don't give a damn what any of you all think. I'd rather have him and see him in there than have a crooked ass. In there, basically. And I honestly believe that Biden will get a second term, and I'm saying it with a straight face.
Well, it's kind of like Hillary. What Hillary did, she sort of cooped the books in the DNC so that she would get a shot against Trump, and Trump beat her ass. And
well, she didn't cook any book. I mean, what do you mean she cooked the books?
Well, there was a lot of better choices for a Democratic candidate in the 2020 election than Hillary.
Well, it was her turn to get the baton. I mean, she should have won it in 2008 against Barack Obama.
She got the popular.
If you want to get technical,
she was promised by some other dude, but you know, like
she should have been the damn.
Trump's kind of doing that with this one.
She should have been.
There's candidates that are debating.
She should have been the damn Democrat nominee back in 2008.
She could run.
So
I agree with you. I think Biden probably will win.
Yeah. That being said, in all actuality, she should have won in 2016. It's just that we did not know what the hell was going on, and I'm not saying that there was foul play, but there was foul fucking play with Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin and the Russians getting involved.
Al Gore could run again. Hillary could run again. I mean, even Jimmy Carter could run again.
Well,
and I would prefer all those people in the state they're in than Trump.
Well, I don't think you want a Jimmy in there right now. No, because Jimmy was.
I would rather elect a Cabbage Patch Doll than Trump.
Yeah,
that is funny.
Yeah. Well, that's just how that plays out.
Nostalgia from the 80s.
Yeah, so that is going on right now. You kind of just get desensitized by a lot of the shit you see over the news. You just don't want to watch it anymore. And I've got to a point where I don't watch any news because usually any news is bad news.
You keep up with current events
so well. Well, no, I keep up with current events very well.
Keep up with me.
I'm also very educated, and the words that come out of my mouth are very educational. You ought to take some notes, by the way.
Certainly
take some notes. I told you so many times.
Did you have a coloring book and some crayons?
I've told you so many times, Kevin. Kevin, you need to take some notes with a number 2 pencil. And I know
you need to get erasers too.
Yeah. Well, you can erase your thought. So that's the way I see it. and that's the way it is. And the back of the car, and that's the way it is.
Well, that's the way it is.
And that's the way it was. So I think that's the one angle right there. And we got other stuff that's going on. Other stuff that seems to be going on right now in the news.
That's the way the money goes.
mention about the borders.
Pop goes the weasel.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
What is it? The monkey chase?
Which one is the weasel? Which one is the weasel tonight?
Yeah, the monkey.
This is my favorite Father's Day song.
Okay.
Or the mulberry.
Pop goes the weasel.
Yeah. Okay. So that's how they work. So we were talking about the wall itself, Yeah, so no, Trump didn't finish that wall. Why? Trump wanted to hold the whole.
How do you build a wall?
Hold that. He didn't finish that wall.
Well, what was it, like 1,000 miles or something?
You could have one there.
Yeah, so I mean,
Lock
basically,
yourselves in your country.
it stopped. That whole thing stopped basically that wall.
We want to see Yosemite.
Well, I'll tell you something that's awful about not so much the wall, but there was a border bill that I think over time Trump was trying to tell the Republicans to pass, and they finally, got one that was actually pretty good. It was the best one they could ever get. Even a lot of high-ranking Republicans said it would be good, and the Democrats negotiated. They had a pretty good bill, and then just when they were getting ready to pass it, Trump told the congressional Republicans and Senate Republicans don't pass this bill. And the reason why is he didn't really want to fix the problem. He wanted to keep it a problem. So it'll still be a problem he can campaign on in November. In other words, they could fix it now. Biden was on favor for the bill. The senator from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham was. Everybody, McConnell was, and the Democrats were. And then the idea that it was more important for Trump to complain about the bill and run on that rather than fix it. He'd rather complain about it than fix it. It reminded me of a lot of girlfriends I knew and bosses I've had. Do you want this fixed, or do you just want to yell and scream at me about it? He'd rather complain about it.
I want to yell and scream.
He's like, in other words, Trump is like an old lady. Rather than the macho man he thinks of. And funny, he thinks of himself as this alpha male, yet all the Republicans just crumble as beta males and sigma males. Is that the other one? When he walks down, and they don't want to do anything to offend him.
He is the Messiah. Come on. He is the Messiah, right?
You ask the MAGA crowd, they'll tell you that God believes in him. Not that he believes in God.
Right.
God believes in him.
It's like I like your Trumps, but I don't like Trump or something.
So
yeah.
Anyway, so we got the wall, so to speak. When people and then when they say, well, the illegals are still coming in. Well, it's like the people wanted to come way back when. Give us your tired, give us your poor, give us your weak of heart, give your mass heart. And then Ellis Island.
He knows all
and for the refuse of your ocean shores.
Yes, on Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty.
I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
That's right. And the Statue of Liberty is a symbol for people, for immigrants to come to the country to become U.S. citizens. Now, everybody become U.S. citizens. Okay, now we've taken too many people. Blah blah blah, but it comes. So the people in Mexico, the Mexicans, they want to come to America. They want to come to America, but there's border control. There's border control still there. They can be able to see who can pass and who can't pass. Not every loon, though, should pass. I'll say that. No, not every Mexican loon should pass because we have our own freaking loons here that we're trying to get out. So,
what if Gandalf from Lord of the Rings became a ICE agent or a border patrol agent?
Lord of the Rings.
And he said, "You shall not pass," and hit the Ford Fiesta.
Well, I tell you, no, actually, but those people who come to this country, you're right, they should be scrutinized. But for the most part, a lot of those people are coming from very bad places, and they're coming to America because they are exiles and refugees from those countries. I mean, if you're having it rough in your country and you find your way to America, the last thing that you want to be said, oh no, we can't let you in because a bunch of white Republicans don't want you here. Well, there's
Kevin,
the door. Go right back.
Kevin, okay, all right. Now,
go back to your dictator. Go back to your dictator.
I agree with that, but I don't think it has to do necessarily with white Republicans. I think that it has to do with the fact that there are people that come that should go through the checks just like everybody else comes.
Yeah.
The people that come here go through the checks, make sure they're not criminals or they're not people that are trying to cause ill will to this country.
They're not.
So no, but I'm saying, but there are a few there that are.
I think
so. There are a few that are. So you need border control.
We need
You're
border.
not going to need the wall. You don't need to go for the wall, but you need border control to protect our territory and protect our land.
I think most Republicans, they've seen Scarface too many times with Al Pacino, and they think everybody's like, it's like say hello, my little friend.
Right, they're like
they think everyone's like a cocaine dealer who's just going to shoot up people and everything.
Yeah, I got my little friend too. 911,
well,
buddy.
You look at it. We have a lot of terrorism, and we have domestic terrorism. We have loons in this country that need to be deported out of here. They're citizens, and they need to be deported out of here.
No, actually,
they need to be deported out of here.
Wait a minute. If you're a citizen, you're not going to be deported.
Well,
we're stuck with you. We didn't deport Jeffrey Dahmer or Al Capone. we were stuck with them.
I'm saying you need to deport them or put them under the jail cell.
All the deportables.
Or deport them out of
put
here
them in jail.
Because they're loonies. They're loonies.
They are. They
Listen,
watch too many movies.
America has enough people in jail. Let's face it.
Yeah,
It's not like there's a shortage of prisoners.
And I do believe in caning. Okay, I do believe if you go against the righteous, or if you go against and you be naughty or you do things nefarious, you should have yourself to be caned the hell out of with a cat o' nine tails, and a freaking whip.
Are you telling me, George?
I'm telling you
that if you're doing a unviolent crime, you should be dealt with in a violent punishment? Because I don't think so.
Considering
for shoplifting,
what the crime,
parking tickets, you should be
Kevin,
caned.
You're taking it.
Now, if you murder somebody or something,
if you
it's a different story.
Try to cause personal damage to someone or try to ruin their reputation,
I'll let you live.
then something needs to be done. If you're out of malice, trying to ruin that person's reputation because you don't like them and you don't shut up, you need to have the living shit out of yourself caned. And I'm not talking about Cain and Abel. I'm talking about you need to have the living shit out of yourself.
So wait a minute.
With a cat o' nine tails.
Okay,
with a cat o' nine tails and a whip.
You cane somebody, and then that's your punishment. Here's the door. You ready? You're free to leave now. No, or do you want them to have a real punishment, like 5 years in jail or something? There's a big deal.
You pay the jail cell. You
can't just cane someone and then put them in jail. You actually have to. One or the other.
Some people
cane them in Texas.
Some people you need a little dose of both.
Well, Singapore has caning.
And Singapore
and the Isle of Man has it.
The crime in Singapore is very low.
Yeah, because if
crime
you
in Singapore
you
is
spit
low,
gum on the
very low.
Yeah, but it's not America. They don't have guns there either. So
you know what they do also too?
Yeah, what do they have?
They feed you your fingers.
What?
What?
You can't.
If your fingers are caught doing something that they shouldn't be doing, they get chopped off, and they feed you your fingers in your orifices.
No,
in your mouth, in your nose, and in your asshole.
Are you allowed to go
in Iran? They'll cut your hands off.
Yeah.
For shoplifting or something.
Women?
But that's
well, now that's a little different.
Okay, good.
Well, I have to remember something about
I'll go to Singapore.
Singapore and Iran. That might be the punishment there.
They say
but do you want to live there? Do you want to live in that sort of arcane sort of republic where they just punish you willy-nilly?
Out in the park, you're like, oh yeah, they're feeding a guy his fingers because he played with his joystick after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if you get to a certain point, you have to. The crime that's committed, crime should be dealt with. There's white collar crime, white-collar crime should be dealt with. There's crime when you kill someone. That's definite crime.
That's
crime when you kill someone.
That
should be definite. And when you try to ruin someone, that's a crime, and that should be dealt with in whatever capacity, whatever way you want to think of. And basically, yeah. And I just don't.
How do you ruin somebody?
When you verbally run your mouth and try to ruin someone's reputation by spreading a lie, when you try to spread a lie and ruin their life and ruin their reputation, then the same ought to be done to you, but it ought to be done to you 10 times over.
Well, can't the person whose reputation is ruined by somebody's just idle insults, can't they just insult them back? That's what I would do.
Kevin.
I mean, I didn't, when I was insulted in school by bullies, I didn't just say, oh, I'm so sad. I actually insulted them back.
And a place where there is people that go by a train that went off track. They stop. There are rubberneckers that look at that train off the track. They see, oh, look at that train off the track. And then eventually they move on.
Did you say rubberneckers or retard punchers?
Rubberneckers.
Okay.
Rubberneckers. When they see an accident, they look on the other side, and then the traffic keeps moving.
Oh, so there was 3 rubberneckers and 1
I don't know,
puncher.
man. You're reading a different book. But anyway, rubberneckers.
Well, I'm driving. I got to read.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got to keep your eyes on the road and stop looking to the side and becoming a rubbernecker. That's what I'm trying to say. When you look at someone constantly, or when you continuously berate them, and you say what's on your mind, and then you move along.
Wait a minute. What about
you say what's on your mind, and then you move along?
What
you
about
don't
continuously
berate them or continuously doing it for a certain amount of time. There needs to be control.
What about freedom of speech?
And there needs to be freedom of speech. You can say what you want, but when it comes to a time when you're trying to ruin someone or when you're trying to butcher their reputation, then there should be something in to deal with that. When you're trying to butcher their reputation, then you need to be dealt with. You think you say whatever?
I've never worried about that.
But normally you say something and you move on. You don't sit there. You say something. You don't keep on and on and on about that same person, do you? If you don't like someone, you move on.
Move on.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm
just saying that in some laws should be enforced.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the laws should be enforced. The internet within itself should be policed. I've said this till I'm blue in the face. The internet should be fucking policed.
Kevin here is...
No, what's this?
It's a tea. Honey,
thank you.
ginseng, mint.
Ginseng.
Oh, man. Thank you.
And it makes your penis grow.
Oh, I want a second of this. Yeah.
You want to suck on it? Okay. You want to suck on it?
You'll be sucking it
now.
I got it. You're done.
Yeah.
But
right,
okay.
You get it.
But I mean,
okay.
there are libel laws and
it comes to a point in place and time that just because you have freedom of speech doesn't mean the right that you can just say anything. You have freedom of speech doesn't mean the right you can just say anything willy-nilly at any time.
Willy-nilly at any time.
Well, I mean, Fox News.
Take notes, man. Take notes.
Fox News made all those crazy statements that the big lie about Trump winning the election and the voting machines were corrupt, and then they sued him for more than $1 billion, and they wound up settling at the last minute for something like $760 million.
In 2016, Trump won the election. He really did win the election. And in 2020, he lost the election and the election to Joe Biden, who had both the election and the election.
He won in 2016.
I think his quarter chub when he was debating Biden kind of cost him the election. Because he should have just said to Biden, I'm winning, I'll let you score a few points. But he was like dribbling the basketball through his legs and up his ass. And
when Joe told him...
Oh, like an Antifa pro. Like, oh, I kicked so much ass today.
Yeah, well, when Joe told him that, can you shut up, man? Told you to shut up, man.
Right.
You know.
That was cooler than anything Trump did the whole debate.
Yeah. Because he's
abiding by the rules, man. We want a warrior. We want idiocracy.
You want mediocrity?
Meritocracy.
Yeah, a little more. I want a mediocre president much more than I want a good
a boring president is right. The presidents lately have been too exciting.
Well,
we need Calvin Coolidge again.
I want like a
Jimmy
one-legged president. With like
you want a one-legged? Wait, you want a one-legged president?
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Like,
There's one leg.
I want him to speak softly and screw off his leg when he punts his big stick.
Okay.
Bully.
But which leg should he stand on?
Yours.
Which leg should he stand
You're
on?
a taxpayer, right?
Okay. I want you to stand on your leg. Stand
Taxes
sideways on your leg.
I don't make enough to pay
And
taxes.
make sure when you stand sideways that your other leg looks up straight up at the camera. Given it is really its disgraced upon America itself.
Funny
Stick up yourself your third leg and let it shine on the camera.
Funny you mentioned taxes. I mean, Trump was actually proud of the fact, he's a billionaire, that during the election against Hillary, that he paid like $700 after making like billions of dollars one year, because he said he's too smart to pay taxes. What is to tell the rest of us who actually have the poor people who have to pay taxes?
Album, you know, why are you trying to be president?
Yeah.
With that rap.
Well, everybody pays their taxes. Everybody should pay their fair share of taxes, but there are things called standard deduction, and there are things that,
$700 after making a couple of $1 billion is enough. Is the right amount of taxes to pay?
That's like that doesn't even cover me for 1 month.
Yeah, well, you know, of course, then again, if you got money inside of a mattress and whatnot, and you claim that money, then you're doing all right. Man, you're drinking that like it's like moonshine. What's going on with that? And then you're crushing on some chips there too. Okay.
I totally burned a Mexican today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it a Dirty Sanchez?
It was a lucky strike.
Oh, okay.
He was like using his buddy to get in front of me in line, being like, I'm with him, even though they were paying separately and he hadn't even picked out all his items.
Okay.
And then he turns to me after he pays, he inconvenienced me, and I said, con de leche, which is like, if you foul somebody in soccer, with the milk,
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then I said, de la verga. So I said, of the dick.
Well, so I mean, it says
with the milk of the dick.
So he wasn't a Dirty Sanchez or a Dirty Sanchez.
Okay. He was a Dirty Sanchez.
Was he right?
But he left a filthy hot dog.
Okay.
You ever been to a Spanish-speaking country?
Yeah.
In Mexico? Yeah.
Mexico and Ecuador and Peru.
Oh, you've been to Ecuador and Peru. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What are they like?
They're awesome. They're awesome.
The mountains and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Peru's kind of like California.
Yeah.
Right.
Incans are Peruvian.
You mean Saudi Arabia?
No, he's talking about Peru.
No, I'm asking him about Saudi Arabia. Have you been to Saudi Arabia?
Oh, the Incans, yeah.
Okay.
You've been to Saudi Arabia?
No.
Okay. I've never been there.
No.
Well, they got
I didn't even drive in Virginia.
They're forming two new NFL teams in the Middle East. It's the Iraq Baghdadis and the Istanbul Turkeys. So they're going to be add-ons next year to the NFL.
And Bin
Iraq
Laden
Baghdadis and the NFL, and the Istanbul Turkeys. So they're
I
going to be
saw
two
some punk ass the other day, and I said I was in Baghdad before you were in your dad's bag.
Well, I mean,
Sodom, I don't even know him.
Well, it's all. But in all of those bags, it's a bag of marbles. You know, that's what what are you doing with your hand down there? Well, I'm just playing marbles with my bag.
Yeah, at my nukes.
Yeah,
I've been to Cuba and Mexico and Spain and Brazil, but they don't speak Spanish; they speak Portuguese.
And you've also been to Uranus.
Did you ever go to not Madrid, but it's south of Madrid?
Oh, the
caves.
No, I've been to what do you call it? The Seville,
Granada,
and Granada.
You've been to Granada. Yeah,
I've been to Barcelona. I've been
Seville's the best.
Well, yeah, it's Spain's a wonderful.
But you also been to the biggest part of them all, Uranus, and people could still try to get out of there.
Oh, the Star Trek convention's coming up. And all those people. So you talk about Uranus there.
Yeah, well,
that's going to be good.
Well, that's going to be. I don't know. I mean, have combustion.
Oh, tell everybody to meet us at the convention.
Yeah, we'll do that. That's under wraps right now.
Beep beep. All right.
So anyway,
we're going to be there.
Well, you're going to
signing autographs,
be there.
And they're free autographs. And you have to pay for pictures and autographs, but if you see us,
well, you
we'll
know,
glad to
this
pose for
year,
you.
okay, we'll spill the beans out.
Yeah.
This year, the what do you call that thing?
GalaxyCon.
GalaxyCon has asked me and Kevin to be a part of signing off autographs and whatnot.
Really?
And they're actually paying us. Yes, me and Kevin for GalaxyCon. They're paying us.
What? They are?
Yes, they are.
They didn't tell me that.
You didn't know that? So we're signing autographs for our fans out there. So this year,
So both of you come.
yeah, this year at your local gathering, at your local local time, you see us there. Give us a pen and a piece of paper, and we'll scrabble something for you. We'll scrabble something for you, and we'll do it with love, and I might do it with a little bit of this.
What if it's a girl?
Love bumps. Well, that's exactly what we'll do it for.
What if it's a girl?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know until.
Are you going to be doing it for the men that way? You going to be squirting in their eyes?
Are we?
And having a big surprise in their eyes? Oh. When you look into the eyes.
It's good tea.
When you look into the eyes, you see a squirt.
It's like $1.50 for the whole box.
You see a squirt.
Yeah. Well, I'm bringing it here. I don't have $1.50.
Well, I mean, is there? Okay, obviously you put something in that tea.
Yeah, I have to refund my own cash.
Did you put some Epsom salt in that tea too?
Epsom salt with
Epsom salt.
Because I'm not going to stick my feet in it.
yeah.
That's what I usually
Do you wash your socks in this?
I used to insist on George washing his feet in salt water.
Yeah, well, that's what Jesus did.
In all the coffee mugs.
Oh, yeah. That was at the Super Bowl.
Used the Epsom salt. What was Super Bowl?
Hey, at the Super Bowl, there were these Jesus commercials, and they were showing how Jesus washed the feet of, I guess, the apostles. Uh-huh. And everyone said, "Oh, Jesus never did that. Jesus never did that." I was an altar boy in the day, and in my religious days, and they had. And this kind of sounds weird, but one of the things I think in Lent or something, they had all 10 altar boys at a church service, and the priest went to each one of us and washed our feet, Jesus did. Yeah,
no,
and it was
Okay, look, I did jump the rope 500 times.
Yeah.
You what?
In one night, I jumped rope. It was the first time I worked out. It was about 4 months ago, and I've lost 40 pounds.
Okay.
Maybe 50. And but the first one was 500 jumps, and I had this bulge on my foot the next day.
I bet
that you could press, and it was like a bicep.
Oh, I mean, was it a callus?
Well, speaking of losing weight,
it was I don't know, like a hernia or something. I don't know.
You got a hernia too?
But look, I emailed my church. I emailed all the bartenders I knew. There was only one man that I felt comfortable asking to massage my feet.
Yeah.
And that was George. And I think he bought me lunch instead.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin. I mean,
you might get athlete's
nor did I
fingers.
get a massage.
I'm sorry. I couldn't fall through for that for you.
You might get a corn on your foot.
No, I will say this: the best thing to lose weight for is this little powdered thing. Is Chuck Norris endorsed. It's called Morning Kick. Mm-hmm. And I've been taking that stuff like it's none tomorrow. It's called Morning Kick, and it helps the metabolism. Yeah. It helps the metabolism to lose. There's also some power things that I'm taking to lose a little bit in the stomach area, because the stomach area and people in our middle ages, it's kind of hard sometimes because all that palate is there right in the stomach. We boost the metabolism a little bit with a little Morning Kick and a little bit of the boosters that you see, the boosters that boost up the enzymes that boost up the stomach. It makes the metabolism, pretty much go by a little faster.
I see in your future sit-ups. That might do the trick too.
And I see in your future pop-ups.
Pop-ups.
Pop-ups,
What's that?
To suck up on. Okay, yeah.
I thought you were going to say shut up.
Shut up.
Well, that too.
Shut up.
Pop-ups to suck on.
Pop-ups. We already get tons of pop-ups.
Well, popsicles, the popsicles. Here's the popsicles you can suck on. All right, so this is, Well, I mean, listen, the one thing I can say, Lo, if you have you don't have your teeth in your mouth, you do not want your teeth laughing at you. So make sure your teeth stay in your mouth. Right. Make sure your teeth are in your mouth.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them laughing at you.
Yeah.
Oh, they're laughing at you.
Oh, let me tell you about
Yeah.
laughing. I was when I was a little boy, like 2 years old, I was through a tantrum, and my grandmother said, you should. I don't remember this. She says, don't throw a tantrum. That bird outside is laughing at you. I said, I stopped. I said, all right, where's that bird?
Right.
There's no bird laughing at me. Birds don't laugh. The only thing that laughs is a hyena and maybe a parrot.
They chirp. They chirp because they know what you're doing. Yeah. They see what you're doing. They know all and they see all.
Uh-huh.
All right, this we're going to be under an hour because the battery.
Why?
Because the batteries.
I'm on page 1.
The batteries. Yeah,
I have so much to say.
There's a lot to say. But
Keep talking.
But the battery's going a little bit low here, so we're going to keep it. Try to run it until it.
You should have plugged it in.
Hey,
we should have plugged it in.
The Glen Allen Cultural Arts Center auditions are on March 4th.
No.
Oh, good. For what? Auditions for what?
Some Rodgers and Hammerstein's thing. I forgot what it's called.
Oklahoma?
No, but I was in that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, we belong to the land.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got
But
it. I was in Oklahoma, too.
we always
St.
have
Curly.
to understand now what we're going to be doing here very soon. I've got another interview coming up here. I'm not going to say who. You know, might be another wrestler, might be somebody, but we have another interview coming up, so we're going to be hush about that. And Patreon. Gorgeous George Show. We know about the official Gorgeous George Show right here, right now. But we're going to start migrating to. You have gas?
I can't wait for you to interview RuPaul.
We'll leave that. We'll leave that for you and your red face. And your red face right now. All right, so what was I saying? I lost my train of concentration. So we're going to be doing that Patreon, and we're going to migrate some of the videos to Patreon. And our new stuff, you're going to have to be members.
Wait a minute. You mean people are going to have to pay to see this joke?
Yes, sir.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yes.
I don't feel like paying the people to watch this stuff.
Play to pay. Pay to play.
Yeah.
Play to pay. Play to pay.
I hope you got prettier girls on Patreon.
Well,
that's the only reason why anyone would pay money.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
OnlyFans.
We with OnlyFans. Listen,
all you gotta do is change your profile picture.
You have to understand the reason why they come. CUM. The reason why they come. Well, of course, I don't care about the guys. Fingers down, fingers below.
Okay, I got a question.
They
guys.
come to see me. I'm sorry. Come to see me.
Speaking of your come, do you think if you had to face off against your sperm in a race, that you would win?
Yeah, race with the sperm.
Well, I mean, you know, it's according to how excited it is. How it's according it's
excited.
It's according to how excited.
Motivated.
It's according to if
there's the left ball and the right ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and
according
there's you. Do you think you're winning that race?
Well, it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah,
it's going to be a toughie,
bro. I don't think you could win in your car.
You know, they were in my car.
I have no idea how fast sperm are. They have
Listen,
motile.
let me tell you something. You know when I drive,
huh?
When I drive, I use no hands to drive. Okay? It takes the wheel by itself. It steers it to where it wants to go. When I have people in the car and ladies in the car, that monster takes care of that wheel, and I sit back with my hands like this, and that thing is taking care of it. He's in and he keeps telling me, "Are we there yet? Can I get in there? Can I get in there?" I said, "Not now." She doesn't want that. Can we get in the hole? Can we get in the hole? No, we have to wait. And it tears up.
Did you get those internal windshield wipers installed yet?
Yeah, well, that's a work in progress. That's a work in progress.
All the
I
lacrimosity.
thought that was bird shit.
All the lacrimosity.
Yeah, but it tears up in its eye. It tears up in its one eye, just like that commercial with the Indian watching America being the garbage in America, and the Indian stands there tearing up. That's what my penis does when he gets no pube. My penis will tear up the same way as that Indian tears up.
The one-eyed Willie.
Yeah. What are we doing? We're not here. Not there yet. Not quite there yet. It's good song, no doubt about it.
It's kind of it appeals to
Okay.
It appeals to the San Francisco crowd.
Does it really? You mean the San Francisco 69ers? The San Francisco 69 gangbangers?
How appropriate. That's what they should rename themselves.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Be more historically accurate
Yeah.
in the modern era. 49ers were the gold rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Taylor
Black gold.
Swifties came through, though that meathead knucklehead did propose. You had the stage, the opportunity to propose to Taylor. And you didn't do it.
Oh, wow. I never thought about that.
He didn't propose to Taylor. He had the opportunity right there to do so.
Who are you, Joan Rivers?
Did you take her to Disneyland?
I'm just telling you.
Who are you, Joan Rivers? Get the ring, get the ring, get the ring.
And I'm
I don't care whether they marry.
I'm an
I hope they
ordained
don't
minister.
get married.
I'm an ordained minister. You didn't know that, did you? You don't want to get married?
I'd like to marry. I'd like to marry Taylor Swift's money.
Would you want to get married? I can get you married.
I'd rather go to Disneyland.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So there you go.
Married at Disneyland.
So,
I'm not,
ladies, it's not hard to see. I am the one that's causing the leakage. There's never a dry seat after watching the Gorgeous George show.
People are laughing
sure
people are laughing so hard.
There's never a
Right.
there's never a dry seat.
Right.
There's
Especially
there's always leakage. There's always leakage. Okay. And then remember that, ladies.
There's actually ladies watching the show.
Who's watching you and Mary Elizabeth?
Well, I don't know. Who's watching
Mary Elizabeth. Who's watching that?
I don't know who's watching.
I don't know either.
We did a show yesterday. We do shows all the time. Yeah.
Okay, we got about like.
In fact, I do shows all the time. I've never run out of things to say.
You do? Okay.
Until tonight.
Well, okay. Well,
I was dumbfounded. I was speechless.
There's a tongue depressor that can take care of that for you. There's a tongue, put a depressor on your tongue. No, I was watching you last night. I actually fell asleep, but anyway.
Good. That means you were well relaxed.
Yeah.
About how wonderful I was.
Yeah, but I was like in a tranquil spot there watching that stuff.
Yeah.
And yes.
Multiple snorgasms.
Yeah, well, whatever the case might be. But like I said, there's never a dry seat. Never a dry seat for the audience that watches the Gorgeous George Show. The Gorgeous George Show, by the way, it is the show that's causing all this.
Well, I only have one. If you're ever waiting to watch the Gorgeous George Show, I only have one advice to you people out there: keep your pants off. We're going to start soon.
Right. Don't stop scratching for one.
Well, you know what they're doing to every word we say?
What?
Like meat stroganoff.
Right.
Like the Lawrence Waltzow, a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. Oh, a 1 and a 2. Oh.
Seconds, extra helpings.
Yeah.
Full trays.
You know what? Dr. Gregorius Vigorate Seaman says, I'm a gyno, and I want to satisfy your gyno. Your vagina, that is. I am a gyno from way back, and I want to make sure your vagina is perplexed and is ready to ooze right out for me as I stick my tongue down in there.
And I've never been kicked out of a bar. And I resent that claim.
Y'all know, George's side hustle. He's an amateur gynecologist.
Yes. And clap out loud. Never been sued for malpractice. Never been sued for malpractice. Clap out loud.
Never practiced either.
Always a satisfied customer. Always a satisfied customer over $1 billion served.
Female body inspector.
Right.
Who works for the FBI.
We got a lot going on in 24. Stay tuned with us. This thing is going to drop in any second.
What year is this?
This is 24.
I got to set my calendar.
3024.
In fact,
3024.
This month is Elite Month.
Elite
February.
Yeah, 29.
We have 29 days this February because it's 2024, and what February 29th is? It's Bachelor's Day. And all you single men out there, you lucky people, they give us a holiday every 4 years. That much they love us so much.
Yeah.
It's
Black History Month, is February too.
Right.
And my friend Dick Gregory, late Dick Gregory said, leave it to the man. They give us our own month, and they give us the shortest month of the year.
And listen, if you lose the election, you'll win the erection.
Right.
And if you lose the election and the erection, you might have a surrection.
Insurrection.
Right.
And you'll have a surrection.
Insurrection January January 6th.
That's the way it goes.
Or as Will Smith said,
These hands.
I got control in the north, but sometimes there's southern uprising.
These hands.
He said that before he slapped
rubbing that certain spot. These are the hands right here that could be rubbing that certain spot, ladies. You see that? Just like that. Need. And if you play your cards right, ladies, it might be you. You won't be next, or you won't be next. But you might be next. No, you might be last. There you go. No, you won't be first, but you might be next. Excuse me, I fucked that up. You might not be but
you won't be first, but you will be next.
You will be next, and you might even be last.
Yeah.
Because the lasting feeling always is always there, just like a sucrate in your tummy, in your mouth, and in your belly button. A sucrate.
They just make my tongue numb.
Well, because you've had your tongue in certain spots, man. Yeah, you got to control that, man.
It's like Novocaine for your tongue.
Yeah, stop putting your tongue.
When I was a kid, I thought sucrets were candy.
You got to stop putting your tongue on icicles or whatever, you suck down an icicle.
Yeah.
Or suck down a diarrhea patch or whatever, briar patch. All right, so the Hershey Highway.
Have you been watching those commercials for Jardians? I mean, when you take those pills, you become a fat person who just sings and dances.
Right.
It's supposed to be against diabetes, but I don't see. Instead of taking medicine like that, why don't you just change your diet? And if you can sing and dance like that, then you should lose the weight, no problem.
Right.
Why do you need Jardians?
Kevin, have you become the next Richard Simmons?
There is no. Richard Simmons is like a recluse right now, so maybe the door is open.
Well, okay, so
not the back door.
Pauly Shore. So is it you or Pauly Shore doing that imitation of Richard Simmons?
Oh no, Pauly Shore is going to be in a movie playing Richard Simmons. Yes.
Pauly Shore actually played Bill Cosby in the Richard Simmons medical workout video.
Oh, okay.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, you get a
have some laughs. Have a drink. Have a drink.
For everybody.
Here's this is gonna be good for you. Oh, Theo. Oh, Denise. Oh.
And then Carrot Top's the janitor. He's just wiping all the leakage.
Yeah,
Carrot Top lady, all muscles and steroids and
it's
everything.
like, dude, I could have shot this video myself.
I mean, that's what steroids does for a body, pretty much. That's what steroids does for a body. I mean, Carrot Top is one of the damn steroids.
You know the joke about Carrot Top? If he lost his luggage at the airport, he'd be out of a job.
Yeah.
He's got one in his
chest.
Hey, we gotta stop it. It's gonna fall on
just
us.
hold on. It's not gonna fall.
Now tell me, just when he ran out, I wanted to ask one important question. Like, it's the wrong show for that, I know. Serious question. Anyway, tell me about how is the comedy going, and any gigs that we should go to? Anything at the Elks Club or at the
I decided to tackle my pornography addiction before I went into the stand up again. So I was shaving, and I shaved myself a mustache.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and because I know.
Did you shave a chest tube also too?
No,
okay.
I kept my chest hair. When you need answers, you look to a guy with a mustache.
Okay.
I mean, when would a guy with a mustache ever jerk off?
Okay.
So I stayed up all night with my mustache, battling. Okay, if I don't have to sleep, I don't get to sleep, and I stayed up all the way till 10:30 the next day in the morning. And, I got my answer. When does a guy with a mustache jerk off? And then I went to sleep.
Anytime he wants.
Well, listen, anybody,
that's the answer.
Any man jerks off, whether he has a mustache or doesn't have a mustache. Whether he has a mustache or doesn't have a mustache, every man jerks off. I can tell you, I can break that news to you.
Well,
you're the only one with a mustache, George.
Well, I have a mustache. And mustache, it's moustache.
It's moose ass.
Yeah, well, and some people might eat the ass too. I don't know. You like ass? You like to eat some ass?
You have a pubic hair mustache.
Well, the pubic hair is because I eat
I love that
I
you're
eat
defending
pussy.
it. You're like, well, the thing about a pubic hair. Like,
See, I eat pussy. That's why I do have a pubic hair.
Yeah.
No.
It's contagious.
Yes, and everybody, every man should eat a pussy.
And
Eat a
you
pussy
should never
and eat your
kiss
beaver.
women.
Eat your beaver and kiss in all
I'm
orifices.
the bearded lady. What are you, some kind of freak?
Kiss in all orifices, okay? And stick it in all orifices, baby. That's what we say.
Peace.
All right, well,
What do you think of a woman's
you're too
belly
fast,
button?
man. What's
You
up?
ever kiss a woman's belly button?
Huh?
You ever kiss a woman's belly button?
I've put some cream on there before.
Did you ever like you take the lint out?
Oh. I put cream and a cherry in that certain spot. And I lick that whipped cream up, and I lick those cherries and strawberries up, and I go right in the surface.
I know.
I go right in the cervix.
I knew a girl that had so many facelifts.
With the banana split.
She had lint in her dimple.
Okay. All right. We are the Gorgeous George Show. We are what's causing all this. I am the man. There is one Gorgeous George Show, and this is the one right here. We got a lot of things to do and a whole lot of time to continue and do. Interview coming up here. Patreon, the Patreon account. Here he is.
Who's paying for this Patreon?
Full of gas. Full of gas.
You better be interviewing the president or something.
There's going to be a Patreon for GG. Laugh at yourself, and you and Mary Elizabeth, while GG's on Patreon.
Very good.
All right, we'll
all
see
the
you.
14-year-old males in America.
Listen, we don't care
You're
about.
going to inherit the Howard Stern audience.
I want to inherit my fans, my only fans.
Yeah.
One Mona Lisa, one Leaning Tower Pizza, and only one Gorgeous George.
Thank you, George, for
And
having
I'll
me here.
talk to you and see you later.